Welcome back to my channel. This is Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Crafts. Today I'd like to teach you how to crochet this snow hat, which is reversible. So you're going to see the beautiful blue colors on one side, and you can take off the pom-pom on the top and then simply reverse the entire hat all the way around to see the 3D snow part a little bit more, and then you can reattach the pom-pom. Now, of course, you don't have to add the pom-pom if you don't want to, but this is how it looks like with it. So let's make this beautiful reversible hat. This pattern uses 5 colors of the Pixie Dust Brights from Premier. I used white, royal blue, bluebell, seafoam, and sky. You use mainly white, and then you're going to go from this color to this, to this, and to this. 2 rows we're using this and this color, and 3 rows using these 2 colors. You're also going to use a Tunisian crochet hook. You can use a corded one or one with a stopper or a 2-sided one like this. It's totally fine. However, make sure that all your stitches fit on there. So typically a stopper version or a corded one will be very beneficial for this project. I'm using a 6mm Tunisian crochet hook. This pattern has multiple different sizes. I added a reference table to the written pattern. You will see it down below. There's a link, so that way you can make this hat for many different sizes. I'm going to make a teeny tiny swatch here just so I can show you how to do the stitches. We will start with the ribbing of the hat, and that is done in a certain amount of chains. That is an even number. So please refer to the reference table so you know how long you have to make your chain. Remember, the chain is always a little longer than the very first row. So go by the measurements of the first row. Just make sure that your chain count is an even number. We're going to start by going into the back bump. Remember, with this yarn, it may be a little harder to see where your back bump or where your loops are, but once you're in it, you're good to go. We're going to start with the foundation row, which is done in Tunisian simple stitch. So the very first row is Tunisian simple stitch. And the return path is the regular way. So yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the loops. Now in the second row, you're going to crochet first a knit stitch, Tunisian knit stitch. That means you're going to go through your vertical bars and pull up a loop. And then the second stitch is a purl stitch. So put the yarn forward, go through the vertical bar, and then yarn over and pull through. So Tunisian knit stitch and then purl stitch, back and forth until the end of the row. Don't forget your border stitch right here, yarn over and pull through, and then return path is as normal. So yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the stitches. You're now going to repeat this until you have roughly 8 to 10 rows. Then you're going to fold the entire thing in half, and now so it looks like this. So there is the back of the Tunisian project is on the inside, and this part is on the outside where you see the knit stitches, okay? And you're going to fold it together, and then the next row you're just going to go through 2 layers at the same time, so the first and the last row at the same time, okay? So like this, but only one time, right? And then we're going to work in rows from that point on. And this part is going to be Cro-Hook. So you're going to use both the Tunisian simple as well as the Tunisian knit stitch in order to create this effect right here. So you're going to have some volume on one side and it's more flatter on the other side. So at this stage, pretend that we just folded this over and you're going through both layers at the same time, just one time, okay? So with the white yarn, you're always going to do the Tunisian knit stitch. So go through your stitches and simply pick them up until you're through. That means at the end of the row. So as I said, you're going to need a longer hook for this, or you're going to need a corded one. But you need the same hook size on the other side, okay? So now once you have your stitches picked up, again, this was the Tunisian knit stitch in white, you're going to turn your project and you're going to pick your color. So I'm going to start with Sky, attach it to the opposite side, okay, and pull it through once. And now for the rest of the stitches, pull through twice. Make sure you pull your white a little bit. And now you're going to work with the colored yarn still, okay? So you're going to go and the Tunisian simple stitch with the colored yarn. So go through your white yarn right here and just pull them up. Don't forget your border stitch. And now you're going to turn your project and you're going to work it off with the white. So yarn over through, pull through 1 and yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the stitches. At the end, you're now going to do the knit stitch again. So every time you have the white, you're doing the knit stitch, and every time you have the colored, you're doing the simple stitch, okay? So go through and pull the white forward through the vertical bars and yarn over and pull through. So that's the Tunisian knit stitch. Once you picked up all your stitches, you're going to work them up with the colored yarn. Okay, so it looks like this. Now turn your project. And now you can start seeing these bumps appear, and that is because we have one side the Tunisian knit stitch and the other side the Tunisian simple stitch. So now again, you just work it up with the colored yarn, like the normal return path. Always pull here at the end a little bit so that the loop doesn't get so big. And now you again work the Tunisian simple stitch with the colored yarn. So pull it through like so. And then you work it up again with the white. So once you're done, you now turn it again and work it up with the white in the return path. And then at this stage, you're doing the knit stitch again with the white. And you're going to do 2 colored rows here, as you can see this, 2 colored rows in the sky, 3 in the sea foam, 2 in the bluebell color, and then 3 again in the royal blue. So you have 2, 3, 2, 3. Now, if you have a smaller hat size, okay, so this is adult size, you may want to reduce the number. So you may want to do 2 here and 2 here. You may want to do 1 on each. Depends. If you have a very tiny hat, you may just need 1. So just balance it out until you have the amount that you need. You can easily calculate this once you have like 2 rows done. You then can calculate it and see how many more you need in order to get to your measurement. Once you're done, you're going to have this giant rectangle, and you're going to have the yarn on one end here, and on the other end you have none, right? Besides the little bit of white down here. So what you're going to do now is you're going to fold it in half, and you're going to sew it up on this side. You can do it color by color section. I highly recommend that, which is why I left my yarn hanging here. So each color section you're going to sew up and then fasten off. And then for down here for the white, you're going to sew it up in a circle. So that means you're going to put it together like this. Okay, so like this way. And then you're going to sew this side together with this side. So in a loop, in a circle. And the very last thing you need to do is then sew it up on the top. And so you go in and out every 2 inches or so. So I'm going to take my yarn here. So once you have the sides sewn together, all you need to do is sew your white and go all the way around, roughly 1 inch apart or so, like going back and forth. So like this, in and out. And then you pull and then you close it up. So I'll show you how it looks like afterwards. And then you can also add a button on the top on both sides, so that way you can reverse it. So once I've sewn it all up, I'll show you. So once you're done, it's going to look like this. You have the snowy 3D part on one side, and then you have more of a color flatter version on the inside. And as I said, it's reversible. So I added a pom-pom snap on the top as well as on the inside, so easily it can be reversed, and you can use the hat however you like. Remember, the written pattern is down below in the description. If you haven't checked it out yet, it is time to do so. I can't wait to hear which colors you're going to pick for that fade that is happening on this beautiful reversible hat. Be sure to like, comment, and share this video. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time I'm publishing a video or go live. Now go ahead and watch the next video. You're gonna want to, I promise you do.